Hi guys. Hi. So I hope you guys are doing well today. I wanted to drop in and really drop some info. I feel like something that's very important that I overlooked, and that is how to open a trading account, right? Of course, you have Robinhood and stuff like that for day trading or long-term trading, but we're talking about Roth IRAs, general trading account from your bank. Now, who I trade with is Chase. So I can give you information with trading with Chase and opening your account with Chase. I don't know about any other banks. Also, I did check for Apple and Android, it's the same process. Of course, if you're doing it online, it's different, but if you just look for the heading, it should be, the same. So let's get started. How to open your investment account using Chase. So the first thing you're going to do is when you go to your main page where you see your accounts and stuff like that, you scroll, you click on the bottom part that gives you more options, right? So the bottom of the screen, all the way on the right hand side, you'll see something there that gives you more options. When you click on that, you're going to look for the heading Invest by JP Morgan, right? So when you see that heading, right below it, you can look for Invest on Your Own. You'll see Invest on Your Own there. So when you click on that, it's going to give you basically three options. You're going to get a general account. You can click on a general account for trading. This is where, you trade back and forth and, it's tax deductible, right? You pay taxes when whatever you make in there and you're withdrawing from that account, you got to pay taxes. In addition to that, you have the traditional IRA, and the traditional IRA is honestly pretty much kind of sort of the same like the general account, because you have to pay taxes on the IRA also when you withdraw. And we're talking about like if you make profits and all that stuff, right? Now, the Roth IRA, which is what I use, which is what I invest in, you only get a certain limit per year. And based on your age, anyone under, is it 55? I don't know. But anyways, my age, right? I'm 40. So I get to invest up to $6,000 for the year, or $7,000, whichever. And then over a certain amount of age, I think it's 60, 65, then you're able to invest $7,500 or $8,000. Either way, that's something you guys can look up. So I use the Roth IRA. So you click on the Roth IRA to get started. Once open, then you go back. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading from the wrong thing. So you click on the IRA to get started, you fill out all that information, and Chase pretty much approve it immediately, right? So immediately when you're finished filling out that information, Chase approves it, and now you have your Roth IRA account or your traditional or general, whichever account that you want to use. Now, once it's open, you go back to the main page, right? The main page of your Chase account, and you'll see the account there on the bottom. So with Chase, I have multiple accounts with Chase. When I scroll down, you'll see, it says direct deposit or something like that. You'll see that. So you click on that. Right? It says you'll see the account and you make a transfer from your main account. So to get started, to do anything, you have to make a transfer from your account. So an example that I would use is using $100, right? So investing $100 a month, and we're talking about over years, right? We're not talking about short term. This is long-term investing. The short-term investing that I do is day trading, and that's totally different from this long-term. We're talking about retirement. We're talking about 10 years, 20 years from now, right? Because we're talking about compound interest. So you make that $100 transfer to your account, and with Chase, it takes about a day or 2 business days for them to approve it. You'll see it transfer over to the account. Now, once the money is in that account, you click on that account and it gives you the option for trading. So there are multiple options there. The top 3 is regular stocks and ETFs account, right? So you trade back and forth. That would be kind of like day trading, but of course it's a slower process. Then you have mutual funds account, which is the account that I chose for investing. And then you have the options account where you could do calls and puts, right? And that's something completely different in trading, where you can kind of do trading for a set amount of time for whatever stock that you buy, hoping that, you can make some interest off of it over long term. And long term meaning like a year, 2 years, whatever the company decides to give you. Now, as far as the mutual funds, when you click on the mutual funds, it gives you 2 options, maybe more. But the 2 main options is the S&P 500, and you also have bonds. Now, the S&P 500 is pretty much all the stocks that we trade, right? Anything on the market, that's what we trade. And the bonds, they're government related. So the difference, the S&P 500, the stocks in that give you higher returns, but it's volatile with short-term investment. So let's say, you put your $100 in there and you're expecting something within a year. Well, you know how the stock market is. It's crazy, right? So you could be down your entire $100, but next year you could be up all of that. The good thing about it is that it's there. It doesn't move. If it's zero, it doesn't go below zero. It stays there as long as you keep it in there. And if anything happens in the market, it could go back up and double and triple. So like I said, this is long term. With the bonds, it gives you lower returns, but it's more stable for short term. So let's say you're trying to do something for a year or 2-3 years. Then, you don't really have to worry that much because it's not as unstable as the stock market. Okay. So what I did was I opened the mutual funds, and like I said, we could start with $100. So the one I chose is Fidelity. That's one of the popular ones. Fidelity, and the signal, I said signal, the sign or thing for that is FXAIX, right? And they invest, that Fidelity that I chose because they have multiple, that one invests in the S&P 500, right? For the index fund, S&P 500, which means that it's trading everything on the market, whatever they feel like trading or whatever, that's what they're trading. So of course that makes it more volatile depending on how these stocks do. The good thing about it is it's diverse, right? So if one loses, you still have something backing you up. The other one could be going up, right? Okay, so once you do that, You put your $100 in a month, and this is what I told my son to start with. Start with $100. You got to think long term, right? I tell him this. You got to think about retirement. We are all going to get old, right? If, of course, things happen, but we are all going to get old, and you have to think about your long-term goals as far as investing, as far as retirement, as far as money. Because the thing with retiring or getting old is that you're still going to have bills. You're still going to have to pay a car note if you're still going to have one. You're still going to have to pay mortgage or rent if you have that or nothing is paid off. You're still going to have regular bills. You're going to definitely be paying for insurance, right? You have to still buy food and all that stuff. So you are going to need money, okay? So I did a little, just a little bit of calculation with a 10-year return on the S&P. And we're talking about compound interest. And this is what I wanted to give an example of how compound interest works and how it will work for you over 10 to 30 years. So right now, the average, this was from 2023. So in 2023, the yearly return was 15.2%, right? So, and of course, we're talking about the compound. So let's say you invest your $100 a month. Your $100 a month is $1,200 for the year, right? So with the interest of the 15.2% on your $100, the interest is going to be $182.40, right? That's on your $1,200 account. Now, reinvest in that. Say for year 2, you add that 182 because you're going to choose in that account to reinvest. You're not going to do cash out or anything. It gives you the option to whatever interest you make, it reinvest. So for the next year, you're going to start the year off with $1,382 from that interest that you gain. And once again, 15.2 interest for the year, right? And off of that 1,382, the interest is going to be $210 for the year based on the 15.2%. And remember, this can go up and down, right? That's why this is long-term investment, up and down. So it may not be 15.2. It may be lower, could be higher. Year 3, you're starting off, when you add the 210 to your already 1,382, you're starting off year 3 with $1,592. I mean, $1,592, right? And for that, interest is going up for that year to $241. Then you add that, starting the next year, you're starting off the next year with $1,833. So I'm up to year 4 right now. And for year 4, that will bring you to $275 in interest, giving you for the year $2,111. So the first year, since the first year to year 4, you started off with $1,200 for the year with the compound interest. You're not doing anything. All you're doing is you deposit your $100 a month, and all you're doing is gaining interest on these once you deposit it. So you end up with $2,111 in year 4, investing $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year. But with compound interest, within 4 years, you're at $2,100. Now imagine, you doing this over and over, and the more you invest, the yearly interest, you could take the yearly interest, add it again to whatever, and use that again, right? And build more interest on that the money that you earn. So this is where the compound interest comes in. the more interest you earn, it deposits back into the account and you get more interest on this money. So your money is working for you over time, right? So this is $100 a month. Imagine if you put $200 a month in. We're talking about double the price here. So you're up to $4,000. If you put 3,000, so 300. So you understand what I'm saying, right? And if you max out your IRA account for the year, then compound interest within 5 years is going to be looking good. So the main thing I wanted to say about this is open the account. Open the account and start. It doesn't have to be $100. You could start with $50. Okay, you could start with $25, whatever you want to start with, just to get your foot in the door, just so you understand what's going on, right? This is how you make money. This is how you make your money work for you over time, okay? Let me see if there are any other points I wanted to mention. Okay, so it seems like that's it. It seems like that's it. So, I'm already at 16 minutes. I don't like making long videos because you guys' attention span is very short. So 16 minutes I did, going on 17 minutes. That's really all there is to it. You start today, it adds up over time, okay? So anyways, that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, of course, you can leave the questions down below. But hey, if I get to it, I get to it. You know, as you can see that I come on here whenever. But anyways, this is a message from your Stock Talk. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. Bye.